Hello everybody. Good evening and welcome back to wonderful, beautiful Main Street, USA, actually in the USA, the United States of America, at the original Walt Disney's very own Disneyland. It's the Sometimes Vlog. It's a vlog that happens sometimes, and sometimes, more times than often. Wait, what? Someone said my name. More times than not, very often it happens at Disneyland. That is not only because I live really close here and I make videos here, and therefore the vlogs, which started as sort of in between other videos, started happening here, but also because having just spent a lot of time at Disneyland Paris, it's nice to come back home and just sort of compare the two parks and sort of, this is going to sound bad towards the other parks, but I don't mean it this way, sort of wash off the other bizarro Disneylands with this, the real Disneyland. Sleeping Beauty Castle over there, Walt Disney. Come check out the hub, it's so beautiful. I know we've looked at it a lot, and we looked at it a lot at night recently. Alright, there's a couple things going on I would really like to mention. I have been so jet lagged and weird, and I think I caught kind of a head cold in France, just from being in the cold, I think. And like literally got a cold from being in the cold. And just airplane rides and stuff. I feel like I've been here for like a week and a half home, but I haven't. I've only been here for a couple days. My sleep schedule is just so messed up. And I think it's mostly from only getting 30 minutes of sleep at a time the entire time I was in France from uploading vlogs. More so than just the jet lag itself. But my brain is like wiped out. Look at this. Isn't that awesome? So I've just been doing the weirdest stuff. Like normally I never sleep. I'm really a clinical insomniac. I sleep 2 or 3 hours a night. And lately, since I've been back, I still am not sleeping much longer consecutively, but I'll just randomly pass out in the middle of the day. Normally I can't even nap. I'm not the type of person who can ever take a nap and just chill. But I'll get up at 7, which is about an hour or two earlier than normal. And then by 5 or 6 o'clock in the afternoon, passing out, just narcoleptic basically. Like literally no control over it. Like I'm just so tired, which is for me very weird. Other people will be like, well, that's normal when you're tired, Justin. I don't know what normal feels like. I've never had normal on my face before. I love what they've done this year at the hub. It's a little bit different than the years past. Maybe because of the Diamond Castle. They put these little cute Christmas trees here. They got all the poinsettias. So I mean, the landscape is similar, but I don't know, something about the way they did it this year. It's so pretty and so cute and just so heartwarming and beautiful and wonderful. And look at that. What a sweet little thing. Kids and parents sitting around, families, taking a fun, oh, they're taking a fun one. Getting a fun pic with Walt. Who doesn't want a fun pic with Walt? Even I want one. Let's see. Let me hold his hand. Walt! Taking a, never mind. Taking a fun one. Getting a fun pic. Anyway, Disneyland, so crowded, especially compared to Paris once I got home. Packed to the gills. But then tonight I was at home having just passed out one of my new fits of sleepiness. Woke up and noticed it was pouring outside, and then put on all my accoutrement and prepared myself to come to the park because I knew it would empty out. Everybody here is freezing because it's in like the upper 40s, mid 40s, and it's about 10 or 15 degrees warmer at any given point here than it was for me in Paris. So I have the advantage this time where I'm like, I'm not cold, you're all wimps. Normally I'd be freezing. But to me, I was like, yes, it rained. It's gonna be thinned out, wonderful. So I came down here, walked onto every ride in Fantasyland, walked on Pirates 2 or 3 times, and just had a nice time walking around, which was cool. All right, so a couple things going on. Number one, Bob Gurr. You guys remember Disney Imagineer and legend Bob Gurr, who was on the Sometimes vlog, a little Sometimes Bob action the other day? Well, everybody was like, I wish I had a chance to meet and hang out with Bob Gurr. Well, you can. My friend Ernie is throwing an event. I am not throwing this event. I am not throwing the event. I will be at the event the entire time, so I'll get to that in a second. My friend Ernie is throwing an event with Bob Gurr. An evening with Bob Gurr. There'll be some sort of food, some sort of appetizer or something going on where Bob Gurr will give a talk and answer questions about what was Walt like. I think some about the Haunted Mansion, I think is how they're loosely tying this in. Oh, Haunted OC and Haunted Mansion. So if you go to Haunted OC, Haunted, HAUNTED OC.com, There are tickets available there for an evening with Bob Gurr. There's more information about there. But if you use the code RANDOMLAND, I believe with all the lowercase letters, I think we get $5 off per ticket. So I'm going to go. I'll be there the entire time. I don't do meetups or anything, mostly because I always feel like it'd be really uncomfortable. Like, I've been to when my friend Adam does meetups and stuff, and if everyone just stands around in a circle and looks at you, like, when I'm talking to one person, I feel bad there's another person there that I'm not talking to, and I get all anxious about it. It gives me anxiety, so I don't really do that. But I will be at this thing all night long to say hello and give hugs, and we can all look at Bob Gurr together like, there he is. He was friends with Walt Disney. Sweet. We can all gawk at Bob. Anyway, your chance to hang out and meet with Bob. I think that's happening in January at some point in Santa Ana, about 15-20 minutes away from Disneyland, in the evening, one night. Okay, secondly, I have been doing this thing for charity where we were going to send toys overseas. What I worked out was that that's actually going to happen sometime in the spring. We're going to get to send stuff to orphaned kids in Africa, in Kenya, rural Kenya. But until that happens, in the meantime, for Christmas, a different wing of the same charity finds families in need. I'm trying to think how to summarize this the best. While I do that, just look at Main Street. Finds families in need who are in the system. So in social services gives this charity lists, which they've passed on to me, where we learn a little bit about the family story. I know I'm familiar with 2 of them. There's 4 total lists for 4 different families that we get to help with. 2 of them are pretty much complete, and you can find both of these on my Facebook page, facebook.com/JustinScard. There's 2 R's in Scard, not scared. Justin Scard. Facebook.com/JustinScard. You can see the list. There's a description of the 2 families. So one family, for instance, is an aunt taking care of 3 or 4, forgive me if I get any of these little details wrong, 3 or 4 kids who are not her kids because the parents are out of the picture having done drugs. I think one of the dads is in jail, and the kids are thrust on their aunt who's 21 years old, taking care of all these little children, who herself is also taking care of her own mom who's got cancer. So these are kids who are not necessarily technically orphaned in the traditional, like, you know, Annie sense of living in an orphanage, but they're in foster care with family members or relatives who themselves don't have jobs or are in bad situations. Their parents are dealing with homelessness or drug issues, or they're in prison. And there we have 4 lists, wish lists of items. They have to be brand new items. This is just the way this charity that we partnered with works, where we get the stuff shipped to us. How's it going, man? Where we get the stuff shipped to us, and then we are going to assemble it all before Christmas. And there's not much time. This is all happening in a really short time frame. We're going to go burn through these lists, get the stuff ready for these 4 families, and then get it to the charity around the 20th or 21st of December so that they can, bam, drop it on that doorstep Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, and hopefully be able to take care of 4 families' needs for Christmas. It's crazy. It's not stuff like, I really wish I had a Wii. It's stuff like, I wish I had clean school uniforms. And one lady is like, I wish I had some sheets. That is so sad. One lady who's taking care of 3 kids, teenage girls, is like, I just wish I had some nice sheets. So anyway, so we're trying to do that and get that accomplished. That's facebook.com/JustinScard. The information is there. The list of stuff are there. I think we've already completed, or we're almost about to complete, 2 lists of items for 2 separate families. And there are 2 more families to go that we're about to post. So go over there, please, if you'd like to help out. If you can't help out, totally understandable. This is just a pretty cool year for me. I got to do some really cool stuff. This is just my way of paying it forward in a way. I never had the opportunity. I never financially or knowledge-wise had the opportunity to help anyone. Mostly financially, I never had any money to give, so don't feel like you have to give anything. Just for those of us who can this time around, cool. If not this time around, there'll be more stuff in the future. But the other thing is, even when I do have, like, oh, I've got a little bit of money or I've got a little bit of time, I never know where to volunteer my time or my money or whatever. Like, I never know, like, a place where I could buy one thing on Amazon and have it shipped somewhere and know for sure that it's going to make a difference. I know the people on the board of this charity. I've met at least 4 of them. One of them I've known for years and years and years and years. It's a very, very small operation. Just you guys, the little random landers / sometimes mob, and me, we have literally more than doubled the size of the program for giving to local Southern California needy families that are in social services this year. So we've already pretty much doubled the size of the program already, having just taken on 2 families. So they just started doing this really recently. It's because I think one of the board members actually works for social services, so they have the inside track on like finding families in need, finding families where we can really make a difference, not just for Christmas but for their whole year all around. So there's plenty of stuff on there where I'm not accepting any money. Don't send me any money. It's all items that are on these families' lists. Gift cards are always good though for groceries and gas for these families. Obviously, every family can use gas to drive their kids to school, or groceries to feed themselves. Target gift cards and Walmart and stuff like that is also good if there's no way that you're like, oh, I won't get an item in time or whatever. And again, if you can't do anything and there's no time for you, totally okay to pass it up. Totally okay to go, hey, there's gonna be stuff next time. In April, I don't know if I'm going, but in April, I know that this charity takes trips to Africa for the orphans there in Kenya, in rural Kenya. And I don't have a lot more information about that as it gets near. They do need people to fly with the stuff to Africa. They have invited me to go tentatively, like sort of pencil it in, like, hey, if you want to go down there and film that. Because by the way, we're not filming any of these families with the Christmas stuff. We're not filming them. We're not going to go stick a camera in their face and go, how you like that Christmas present that's going to get you through the year? It's just something to do. It's nice for the sake of being nice. We're not going to film it. We're not going to like run around and be like silly about it. It's just something nice to do. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to. If you don't feel like doing it, you don't have to. If you can't do it, you don't have to feel bad. Because there's going to be stuff going on in Africa in April. I guess we'll just talk about that later. I've been super jet lagged, super tired, super bad cold, and super frustrated, honestly. You ever get in one of those time periods? It's a come down thing, too. I was on that trip going all crazy and doing all this crazy stuff, then you get home, and there's a come down period where it's like there's not much going on, and you have to get over the jet lag, you got to get over the tired and the burnout from the trip, and this one's taking longer than normal. I think because I'm a little bit sick. But also immediately after coming home, I had this charity project thing. I was supposed to have these lists up before I went to France, but what happened was I didn't get them till I got back from France. So about 10 or 12 days behind on getting this project done for these 4 needy families. How's it going, man? I don't have time right now. I'll be down there in a second. Hello? Yes, I am. Hi. So,
Have a good night.
thank you. See, where was I now? Oh, darn it. Oh yeah, so there wasn't a lot of time left to do for the families and the charity work. It's all compressed into a much shorter timeline than I would really care for, but I'm trying to get it done. And then the second that I popped up on Periscope, started talking about it, people started being really rude and nasty about doing charitable stuff. So it's just been a really since I got back in that way, kind of a letdown. In, you know, that the end of any big trip or any big thing is always a little bit of a come down, I should say, not let down. And then of course come back to all these crowds and things, and there's all the stuff for your real life like in your face. So what a week of testing patience. I guess it's only been a couple days, but again, because of the falling asleep in the middle of the day and waking back up, it feels like the first day felt like 10 days, and the next day felt like 2 days, and the next day it only felt like 1 day, but then the next day felt like 3 days. I'm quoting the jerk, but it does feel like that. It feels all weird and messed up. So anyway, I'm waking up trying to be positive and get back to my old self and get my energy and my vivaciousness back. I'm not sure what that means, but I think it's appropriate to say. And hopefully we'll be able to do this thing. All I really want to get accomplished is to get these 4 families their stuff for Christmas, to get them taken care of, to do our duty so we can go home and sleep well. So that's mostly what I've been concentrating on. Also, brand new Random Land, Mine Train Through Nature's Wonderland. We filmed that a long time ago. We were trying to get these computer-generated scenes into it. That took forever to create and forever to render, and there were all kinds of difficulties on their ends. But finally, Mine Train Through Nature's Wonderland, Random Land is up now, youtube.com/thefastligheport. And now, I've also been sorting through footage like crazy, trying to split up the different episodes from Paris. So we're starting to work on episodes from Paris. They're going to come out in the wrong order that I meant them to, so if you hear me referring to other videos from Paris in the videos, it's just confusing. It's just confusing when you're tired and you're overwhelmed and you're just, it's just confusing. So anyway, I didn't want to leave you hanging with the sometimes vlog. I was waiting until there was a beautiful, calm, peaceful moment on Main Street, USA to talk about it. Now there's a whole flock of humans. Look at this. Street youths. Hooligans. There's a bunch of hooligans over there with their vests. Disney Social Club hooligans. with their pins. I bet they're over there pin trading. My mom always warned me not to grow up and be a pin trader, because then you get stuck in the life on Main Street, hanging out on the stoop, trading pins, up to no good. Anyway, help me out if you want to help with the charity, facebook.com/JustinScar. I don't usually use Facebook, but it's over there to post the list so that people can check off the items on the list one by one. One by one. So if you want to help out needy families, please go over there and do it. Facebook.com/JustinScarred, JustinScarred. And we can all do our duty. And then for Christmas, we can go home and sleep well. All right, happy holidays, everybody. Merry Christmas. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.